Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Workers and Resources. Hope you're having a great day today. So I've configured a couple of trains here. I got 2.1 million left, and I've configured a couple of trains to do kind of the things I want to do. We of course have our meat train. We're probably going to get that on the tracks today as well. But we have a couple of things. This is the fastest train available. This is the CHS7 locomotive. Top speed of 160 kilometers an hour, which means basically it's going to max out the tracks. It's one of the only trains in the game so far that can go as fast as this track allows. So this is going to be our fuel train, and it's going to be able to stop over in this area. We're going to use this oil refinery as sort of a source of fuel because we're, loading up fuel in both of these tanks. And what I'd like to see is for us to get enough to where we have maybe this tank full and another reserve tank, and then the train load area for the fuel. And I'm thinking, I don't think I can get it in here, but I'd really like to. I haven't tried this out yet. But if I could get this to be, like, let's say fuel loading and unloading. If I could get you in right here next to the water, yeah, like right in here. This would make me very happy. So I'm going to go in about like, about like this. Put this like right up in here. Yeah, about there. And we'll build that with rubles. I'm going to let that complete, but everything else I'm going to have built with resources here. So the whole idea is the train is going to come through this track in this direction, and it will then deviate. I think right before the signal, it can deviate. If it'll let it, yeah, right here like this. Let it deviate, and then it pulls into the track here, right? And then it will fill up on fuel. Then it's going to turn around, and it can use this little cross section here to get back on the right track, and then it can go out to any fuel area that we want for refueling things. We have enough stuff for fuel right here. We don't need the train to stop here. We need it to stop over there, and over there, and over there, right? And actually over there we don't need it to stop because we have a steady supply of fuel already being provided. So really, I don't think we need it to stop much other places, but we're gonna have to set up small areas where we can unload fuel, right? That's the general idea here. So I'm gonna let this build with resources. I'm kind of hoping the track probably gets on it. This right here should be doing it automatically, I think. Well, if it doesn't, I'll have it. There it goes. So we'll have it picked there. Of course, we're gonna need workers here. That's what the bus is for, if the bus ever shows up. Our big yellow school bus. That's what I call it. This is a school bus with 63 workers that just kind of drops them off and puts them in. I could have just had the bus stop in there, but by stopping here, if I ever add another place, which I thought about it at one point adding something here, but I ultimately ended up not. But it would have allowed workers to go anywhere they wanted. And honestly, this little bit of distance, it doesn't actually matter. It would have taken that long, the time that took them to walk from there to there, it would have taken that long for this bus to pull in here anyway. So whatever. In any case, so I need another train right now. This one is got a 790 capacity. And what I'd like this train to do is mimic the one that's already up and about. So where is the really long train that's going to... I gotta find the really long one that's going over to this one. Yeah, so you're doing Chem Pass 1, you're doing Chem Pass 1 back and forth. So what I want is for this route to be copied here. But then I'm going to make some changes to it, of course, because I don't want it to stop at Chem Pass 1. This one's going to stop at Chem Pass 2. Yeah. So instead of stopping on this side, it stops on this side. And this one is also where the workers are going to work, where the forestry is. You see all the trees that are surrounding them that I planted. They're all there, ready to go. Yeah. So we're going to have it stop there instead. So to do that, I'm just going to take Guard Style train platform, select this one, add a new stop, and go here. And then we're going to delete this. And then we go to Sosnikova train platform, add a new stop, and then we delete this one. And that's pretty much as simple as it is. These two trains will have basically the exact same route, except one of them will stop over here, and one of them will stop over here. And then they're gonna go back and forth between going to those train stations and going to Sosnikova. Sosnikova is also providing, I believe, with this train. Yep. This train is also picking up 235 up to 325 workers, and it's going to bring it over here into this passenger station, which is where a lot of our passengers are already. I'm just going to go ahead and say go on this, but want to make sure you're not picking up students and tourists and all that stuff. So let's just kind of do that really quick. There we go. Okay, I'm going to have you go ahead and just hit start. So this one can go off and do its thing. That train I just pointed out, right? It's going to make its way into here. Had to adjust the signals slightly just to allow that traffic to flow. It's still questionable whether this is good enough. It probably isn't, but we basically have a, whoops. I did a bad thing here. There we go. We basically have this set up to where if a train is in this area, that's the hope anyway. If they're in this whole crossing area, then they're not going to be able to pass. So this light will be red. So the train's going to wait until things are completely out of this area before it goes. And of course, it still works for this area too. The hope is that we don't have any clashing with trains. There's a really short period of time. It's only from here to here where trains will share a track on the opposite side going back and forth. If it becomes a problem, I'll take a look at it. But for now, I think it's going to work out just fine. And then all of these guys are going to spread out. You know, they're going to spread out and go to various different workplaces. They all go to the different plastics areas and also the fire department. So now we're going to have people protecting us with those vehicles. Okay, so just to recap on how that's all working, chemicals are all up and running. Now what we need to do is I need to verify really quick that my tunnels are done. And most of the tunnels appear to be, well, not done. I'm going to go ahead and finish that one. Let's go ahead and finish this. Let's go ahead and finish this one. Finish that one. So they're almost done, right? They're getting there. This one's got a little bit of time left. We'll spend some dollars on that. It doesn't look like... Is this tunnel not done or what? Like it's green, but I can't click on it. That's weird that I can't click on it. So it's like, is it done or not? I can't tell. Maybe it's just green because? Like this is green here too. The deal. You should be done. Oh, I see. Oh, that's interesting. So if one of them is still pending, then they're all still pending? Weird. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, they're all done, which means people should be able to now get where they need to go. So let's test the walking really quick distances. And it looks like we can get to every single workplace. Hang on. This isn't done. There we go. That snuck up on me. Any more small walkways not done? No, those ones are all done. This one's done. This one should be good. Okay, let's double check on the walk space again. So we should be able to reach every single chem factory. And barely at 389 meters, we can reach that forest too. So now we just have to make sure that these guys are picked to go to the right places, right? So we want you to be working. Let's actually just delete all these for now. How do I, yeah, get rid of them. I wanted them in the right order. So we have 6. That's not the right order. I guess I put them in this way, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then also here and here. And I think you're at 30 maximum, and you guys are at 60 maximum. So what I should do, pop this down to 9%. Let's go down to 7% each here, and then 14s across the board there. Okay. So the big train will come in and deliver people, all right? That's how it's going to work. We got plenty of crops. They've been getting delivered. Crop train is over there, just collecting the final bits there. And then by the time this thing comes back over here and waits and empties, we should be harvesting again. So that's going to work out really well. All the gravel is still full. Gravel train is going to sit here for probably another couple of years at this rate. It's just sitting here. But that's the goal, right? You have it sit there. You have it doing its thing until it's needed, and then it goes off and does this huge load and comes back. So we're always going to have it. And then later on, if we need more gravel somewhere else, like say for the aluminum area, I can have this train drop off what it needs to and then head over to the aluminum and drop the rest of it off and then come back over here. So this train can go multiple places with this huge load of gravel that it has. All right, the big problem right now, I am going to pause it really quick. I don't actually know if I've had it running or paused most of this video or not, but what I need to do before I get this fuel train set up and I worry about the meat train and all that stuff, before I do that, I need to worry about distribution. So I've been going back and forth on what the idea is here. Do I have distribution centers like I do already have built, which leads me to believe that I should just use them because I built them already? Do I have the distribution centers take the chemicals over to here and deliver them as needed? If I do that, I feel like I'm going to need more fuel. It's going to cost me more fuel. Or do I have every single chemical plant, that's 12 of them, have their own dedicated truck? Now, that's not going to cost me anything extra. In fact, it'll probably save me money since the distribution centers have 12 slots. I was probably going to have 12 trucks anyway. The idea behind this is that if I have a specific truck for each one of these, then they will wait till loaded before they leave and then go off and load it in here, and then they'll come back, right? The downside of having 2 distribution centers is that I'll have twice as many vehicles, maybe, and that will crowd the delivery ports and stuff for here. So I have distribution here and ready to go, but I don't think I'm going to use it. If I change my mind, I can always repurpose the trucks and have them all be assigned to the distribution, and then they'll just keep working the way they were anyway. But we're gonna play it out with dedicated trucks for a bit. So, kind of a back and forth on this idea, and I feel like after analyzing it, it's better to do dedicated trucks. So what I want are vehicles that have the highest chemical capacity possible. These are going to be closed and blind. Wow. So blind, covered hull. That's not closed, it's covered. The most chemicals possible. So this is 4.8, 3.6, 2.7. So I'm going to look at total capacity, and it looks like 4.8 is the most chemicals I can have in a single truck. Conveniently enough, these are also the same trucks that I've been using for all my distribution centers anyway, with all the crops and everything over there. These are all the exact same design on trucks. So I guess that's why. It works out just fine that way. So we're going to have these. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll assign them, get the routes different, and then we're going to buy more. So let's go ahead and start with this truck, I suppose. And we're going to go ahead and just hit the button. For you are going to go, we'll start in the back. Why not? So you're going to go here. You're going to load chemicals until loaded. And then you're going to take them to here. And you're going to unload them. And then you'll come back. And that's going to be what you do. So go. Now, I could just copy route, but I'm going to have to replace the chemical plant that I go to anyway. I'm not really interested in doing that. So I'll just go ahead and leave that alone and start fresh with the next one. So I did that one already. So let's go ahead and do this one. We want to load chemicals until fully loaded. And then we're going to have you come over to this warehouse and deliver them and unload. That's fine. That should be it. Go ahead. Okay. And we're going to keep doing that. But here's the thing. We have 4 storages and 12 chemical plants. So each storage is only going to have, unless my math is terrible, 3 of the trucks delivering to it. That should help manage the traffic. So each truck is dedicated to its own chemical plant, and it waits until loaded, and I'm also spreading them out in how they deliver to the various different warehouses as well. So we're going to take, and that way hopefully they don't crowd each other is the idea. Because if I did the distribution centers, they're all going to be all over the place. They're going to be making lots of different trips, going back to distribution, wait for the next job. It's going to suck. I don't think it's going to be good. So I have to wait for this truck to leave, I think. Yep, there it goes. Okay. So I'm going to keep doing this, assign it to each one of these chemical plants right now. And when that's done, I will be right back. All right, I got all the chemical plants with their own trucks now, and they're all getting loaded up. And the cool thing is, the trucks have a higher capacity than the building storage, which means every truck is going to arrive, completely empty out the building's warehouse, and then it's still going to sit there and have things loaded directly into it for a little bit. So it kind of, in a way, it sort of expands the storage capabilities of the building a little bit like that, just because it's not like I'm taking less than what the building can have. I like that a little bit. So every building has its own trucks, and they can just keep moving, right? And I like that a lot. Okay. So for plastics, we don't really need any trucks to move anything there. The idea behind this configuration is that everything is delivered truckless. So it's directly connected to each of its own storage areas. We already have some chemicals in there, it looks like. Pretty nice. We've already made a delivery while I've been sitting here talking, so that's nice. 3 of these is connected to this one. 3 of these are connected to this one. And then this side is connected to these 2. And the reason behind that, it's kind of a little bit convenient, I suppose, is because it would actually take these trucks the same amount of time to reach these two as it would these two. Because the way the roads are configured, they have to come around and cross here after the train. So since they have to cross here anyway, they still got to go either that way or that way. It's the same amount of time. So they're just going to, this side is going to take over here, while this side is much faster to deliver to these two. So there goes. Okay, so we're going to need fuel to be able to be delivered here, just in case these trucks need to refuel themselves, right? And now I have electricity problems on a lot of my my pumps. Whoa. Fire extinguished. That's not it. Electricity problem on what? Why? It's because of this. Yep. As soon as this thing empties out, there's no power here. So the one thing I really need to do is I need to get rid of this. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do it now. That might peeve some people. It might be like, no, please don't take down the solar. I'm going to do it anyway. Screw it. And we're going to get this hooked up to the actual main grid while we're here because, well, it's just taking up a lot of space. And since we have nuclear power, we might as well use it. So I'm going to go ahead and connect that. Just in a second, though, before we do that, leave it paused really quick. I want to set up fuel delivery, right? So we already have the train track, and if we have a fuel train come in here, that would be a good idea. And the fuel train can come in, and let's say it drops off the fuel where? Where do we drop off fuel? We could make it over here on this side, or I could just use the existing track, which, look at this, it happened immediately. It happened right away, guys. I was like, if it becomes a problem, I'll deal with it. Yeah, never say that, because you're just asking for it to become a problem. I suppose I'll have to put some sort of a bypass on this. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I will. Okay, I'm gonna do that really quick too. Give me a second. Let's take... All right, so for the bypass on this, I want to, I think, maybe we'll have the train leave on this track always anyway. This is a delivery, so we could have it always leave here. Like this is a one-way track and this is a one-way track. That way it never interferes with this. That would be one way to take care of that, because this track is not being used very often since that's the gravel train track. So I think that's what we're gonna do here. So to do that, we're gonna do a one-way chain on that side. Oh, but I can't do that. No, I can't do that because I have to have the other train come in here. Okay, this has to be two-way. Ooh. Okay. Here's what we'll do. The passengers are coming in on which side? I guess it's all this side right now, right? So passenger train's coming on this side. Cargo is going to come in on this side. So the passenger train is going to then come out this way, and then it's going to merge. It's going to come on over right here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have this side be one-way. So we can go ahead and just make that a one-way track. One-way on this direction, but then two-way afterwards. So this side ends up being a two-way. Going through here. We don't actually need to have another signal on this side. As long as this train knows that this... See, this marks it as a two-way right here. So that's going to be a two-way. And then it will merge over so that it doesn't go the one way, and that will get it into this side, which is what we're looking for. So let's make sure we're chaining that way. Okay, so to fix this problem right now, I think all I'm going to have to do is just tell you to go back to ChemPass, turn around and go back to ChemPass. And there won't be anybody to deliver, but what it should do, I think, is it should get the train out of the way. This one can then go in, and then we can test it and see how it works. This one has passengers, and they're not going to wait very long. This is probably kind of getting close to the end on this, whether it's going to wait or not. So accelerate time just a little bit. And I think we're about to run into a problem with the other passenger train too. We'll see. So this one's going to go, and this one drops people off over here, right? Yeah. So I want to rename this platform too. This is going to be the ChemPlass Pass. I'm kind of abbreviating my stations here. ChemPlass Pass. very original, but it tells me exactly what it is. Chemicals and plastics passengers. So, easy. Okay, so there it is. And I could probably just make it... Yeah, Chemplast cargo station. And then this one's going to be Chemplast. Looks like it's Plast Pass. There, like that. All right. But now, see, this one's going to stop and wait for that train to pass. There we go. And then off it goes. And what I could do, so that this train doesn't have to wait for anything that's in this area, because that's a little bit wasteful. Like, there's no reason it should have had to wait for that. So one thing I guess I could do is make this a second area. There is only exclusively one train using this at a time. So there's no reason to have this happen. So I'm going to put in another two-way tracks right here. And then another two-way tracks maybe like right in line with these. And I'm hoping that that signaling will allow trains to go when they can go. Yeah, so this train's not going to enter the intersection until it's clear. There it goes. And then, of course, all the other trains will then wait. If they will conflict, they will wait. If they're not going to conflict, then they don't have to wait. Very smooth, very nice. Okay, so for fuel delivery, we already have this. Like, I want to keep using this, but I also don't want to have too many trains in here. Part of me thinks I should actually divide this into a 4 anyway, all the way into the intersection, just to alleviate that problem, that potential for that problem. But another part of me wants to just go in here and deliver the fuel right here. So I think it doesn't matter where the train delivers. What matters is where the trucks get it. And that's actually really easy to position. Maybe we'll go by that. So the trains, we need the, is it in the storage? We need the, oh, where are you? Fuel load and unload for trucks. Where the heck is it? Oh, it's in the pipeline section. Fine. Fuel loading and unloading. Okay, that's what we want. And we don't want trains. No. We want this one with the roads. So what I'm thinking is we could have this be maybe like right here, and then fuel trucks. We could use the distribution center, the one distribution center anyway, to basically distribute fuel around. But I don't think I need to do that. Well, there's a lot of distribution to do, but I think more centrally located one would be better. Yeah, we could do it over here. Let's actually drop it off right here, and then we'll have the loading and unloading be right here. I like this better. So we'll go in like, say, like this. Let's make it a longer road just to give it some room for trucks. We'll go about like this, and then add this like that. And then the tank that we're going to be saving, we're going to want 2 of them just to have... Nah, we don't need that. 1 is fine. We'll go in right about like... this side is fine. Yeah, right about here is good. Yeah, right about here. And then we'll have the train loading and unloading be over here. Maybe on this side, maybe right about here. This is good. I think this is good enough. Right about here. And then the pipe, we could just go above ground. Not a big deal. Goes right there. Okay. Road, let's go ahead and build that. And so what this is going to do is it lets the train come in, drop off fuel, drop it here. Trucks can go ahead and get the fuel and then distribute them to all the fuel stations that they're connected to them. And I think I'm going to actually go ahead and take away the distribution centers. I don't think we're going to use these. I'm going to go ahead and destroy this one. And I'm going to go ahead and move to have another distribution center. It's always in storage and I never remember where it is. It's weird. It's like it's part of the road network and I want to have it there. I think I'll have this be like right up against this. So in other words, the trucks can just go and get it, and then off they go. So I'm going to go right about here with it. I know it's not the cleanest look, but I'm just kind of keeping them close together. Yeah, they're going to go that way. And then this can go... Honestly, this doesn't have to be a complicated road. It can be here. We're going to go ahead and just have this built. Because I want to see it delivered, right? I want to get the deliveries and stuff going on it. So I will pay for this. What good is having money if you don't pay for things? Right? There we go. Okay, buy this. We'll have dollars for this one because we can. And then the road, we'll go ahead and plop that one down with dollars too. Okay. So with trucks here, we want oil tankers. And we want oil tankers with the highest capacity. 16 tons of fuel. Okay, maybe we don't need that. What we could do instead is find the capacity for a fuel station, which is 70 tons. Okay, so maybe we do want this. I think so. We might as well just have it. What's the speed on this? 95 kilometers, 95. Not really a big difference in any of these. The big difference comes with how much they haul. And hauling a lot at a higher speed than all of them is pretty boss. This is the same. These two are the same, but one is more expensive, like by a lot. And I can't tell why. It's heavier, it has more power. So more weight plus more engine power should equal lower economy. This is all around better, I think. Okay. So I'm thinking we're going to go with like maybe a full load of trucks here. Let's start with 8. We'll see what that does. And then what we want to do is we want to have you take fuel from here. You're going to load fuel from here. It's only going to be fuel. And to make sure of that, we're going to also mark this to store only fuel. There's no power here. We're going to have to... That's pretty ironic. You're surrounded by power lines, but there's no power. You're going to take and make sure that all of your destinations are going to be like 90% full. But we're going to add 1... Come over here, add 2, 3. I think that's all of them, actually. I don't think there are any more. Because there was no point to having another one. Oh, we have to have all the forklifts too. 4, 5. All the forklifts have to have fuel provided for them. Otherwise, I have to auto buy it. So we'll go in and say, this is why they need road connections. There we go. All right, so I only have 4 forklift garages. I honestly, I could have swore I had 6, but there's room in this network to make 2 more. So, and then what else? We should probably deliver it to the fire departments as well. If we could, and then technical services, they can go off and do their own thing. And I think that is everything we need. We're gonna save that distribution just in case. It's not doing anything. It's not causing any problems. Just sitting there. And then we'll have, you're already connected, that's good. Is there any other ones we could connect? We can connect this one. And I think these ones are covered by the other fuel supply right now anyway, so it doesn't matter. We're gonna come over here. I want you to provide fuel for that one as well. And also the helicopters. We wanna pump fuel into the helicopters. This one is already responsible for that, but it's not doing much. Not sure why, but we'll add that one there too. And then also, let's add... You're pretty far away to add fuel to the agricultural area that's here. Don't know about that, but we'll have the trucks do their thing. We'll just have it done, and if it works, it works. And if we need to have the distribution be a little bit closer, then we'll do that. So okay, so that takes care of that. We're just gonna have 90% unload on all those destination sources. Love it. So this is all set up and ready to rock. So all we need now is to get the fuel in here. We're gonna get the big line right here. I'm so distracted. I'm sorry. You probably can't hear my dog. Every time I say my dog is barking like crazy, you guys usually tell me you can't hear her. But like, holy shit. I'm very distracted right now. We'll go into here, and then we're going to also have you be a through lane too. We're going to let you go through this and get onto the main track. And that is because this needs to be a fluid experience. Your fuel supply is going to come through. It's going to drop it all off, and then it's going to just keep going to other places and dropping off your entire fuel source. And that's going to be how we play this. So I'm going to build that track right now. And then with that built, all we need now is a power supply for all this stuff, and we're good, ready to rock. So let's grab a substation, and we will just pop this down in this little area. Seems good. Yeah, a little bit closer to... There we go. That'll work. Okay. And build that. All right, so we have these giant power poles, but I have nothing... I have no way to actually get power to it right now. I think there's got to be something like one... Yeah, right here. This one right here. This little one. Let's just get this little voltage one here, and we'll bring it across and pop that right there. Go. All right. So that'll provide power for all of this stuff, and it should be ready to rock. With 8 trucks for now, we'll add 12 if it looks like it's a little bit overcrowded, we'll go ahead and add 12. But the idea here, of course, is that the trucks come out, they get their fuel source, and they go back and do whatever they need to do. In hindsight, having this be off of this road might have been better. But I've already built it, I'm not going to rebuild it. Also noticing another potential issue, and that's trains stopping here and blocking this. But this train would have had to stop and wait for trains to pass anyway. Trains have cars on them. That's technically correct. We want the semaphores to be chain here. This is all one direction only, okay? So we don't want any trains using, I mean, the trains can't use it. They can't go the opposite direction, but we just want to make sure that trains are moving through, okay? So just keep it moving, man. And then as a notice of clear, we'll use that as the clear, yeah. Okay, so the last step is to get that fuel train running. So over here, I have it in the marker here. I have it, that's why this is still open, so I can access my trains really quickly. But this isn't built yet, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. And then the underground connection for this is also not built yet. We do have 432 tons of fuel in here. That's nice. So let's get the underground part of this, the connections. We're gonna bring you out and just pop you there, I guess. That's fine. So this is all hooked up. And that means we have access to 441 tons of fuel, but no power. Wow. Okay. Okay. All right. No problem. We'll just, you know, do things. It's fine. We'll put it right here. How's that? And then we'll stick it right there. And then we want it to be built. And then I need power to there. So, yikes. I'm using all of this. Maybe. You know what? Let's do this. Whatever. We'll take and disconnect this. Ooh, how about this one? Disconnect this one. Make a little thing right here. Connect that to this, connect that to this. There we go. And then all we'll do now is have this little one, we'll say 1.2. We're gonna bring it along the track all the way across and connect it like that. Okay. So this area has power now? It does indeed. All right, so this train, what you're gonna do temporarily, little train, okay? This is your temporary thing. You're gonna stop here. You're gonna get the fuel. Then you're gonna end up on this track, which isn't ideal for getting over there, but you have to go this way. I don't think, well, now, wait a minute. Now, oh, I just closed it. Can you? Can you actually go the other direction? Oh, wait a minute. I got an idea. This is gonna be kind of messy, but yeah, I'm paying for it. It's fine. If I, let's stop there, and we'll let that build, and then I'm gonna go planning from this point. So we'll say you go this direction with it, and then you either wrap that way, you go that way if you want to do that, or you go this way if you want to do that. Well, that's doable. And that's only a one-way track, so there's only one way through this. I don't think I want the train coming from this way and then getting the fuel supply, but I don't know, maybe. The worst case scenario is that trains will take a shortcut, but I mean, honestly, this is something I haven't had, right? I haven't had a way for trains to be coming this direction on this track and get to going that way, and this is my way to connect those two up, because this has always been in the way and I didn't want to interrupt it. But now I'm thinking it's just doable through here. All right, I'm gonna do it. So that's just gonna happen now. We're just gonna do it now. So for that, we're gonna take, now maybe I can have 2 fuel trains. Maybe that's the argument for it. Say if I go here, and I hook you up. It's messy. It's so messy. Hold on. Let's demessify. Yep, that's my new word. How do you like my new word? It's demessify. So the trick here is to get you to connect to that, which isn't easy. If I can get you to connect right to that middle part, like that. So you can just keep going straight through from there, right? And then this side now follows along and connects to from here. Maybe that's the hope anyway. Connect from here. Oh, don't tell me you won't do it. Now you won't do it. This is in the way, but there's got to be a spot here where this will just click, you know? Like straight off of this would be nice. Maybe if I scoot this back a little bit and then just come off of, yeah, like this. So it's not quite the cleanest thing, but it still works, right? So you have this that goes, oh wait, no, because if you connect right to there, then you can't actually travel. All right, this is, let me fix this. If you're confused, I know I'm stuttering a little bit there. If I connect it to this crossing, then it's great for getting it to move through here, but then it can't come from this track and merge on. So it needs to connect after this junction. Both of these need to connect after the junction. And the easiest way to do that is to move these signals. So we're going to move it to there and move this back to here. Make a new zone here. But by doing that, I should be able to have the track now go like this. Hey now. Yep. Bring it all the way. Come on now. Okay. Should be able to bring this like so. Oh, what? Oh, what? Don't do it. Don't do it, game. Close enough. Should be able to do that. And now we have the train being able to move through here and go the direction it wants to go. It can go that way. If the train wants to go back, it can go this way. And then if it wants to go around, it's not going to be able to go through here because there's already a lot of congestion in this passenger train area. I would like it to come around this direction and then merge over, and that way it can go through and get out of the way. So the fuel train can come through here like the coal train does. So we'll take this train around with both tracks. Whew, right on the water line, baby. I love it. Yeah, as close as we can go to the water. And then we'll take and bring it around about like this. About like this. And then we go that way. We go, yeah, we're gonna have to move those signals too. That's not a big deal. We have actually double signaling here, so. All right, I had a crash. Normally I try to hide them, but that one was frustrating. It pretty much crashes when you're messing with signals. I found that I rarely get a crash unless I'm messing with trains. I don't know, maybe it's something focused on the trains or issue isolated with trains. But anyway, we'll go ahead and confirm this. Now we have basically a track that can go through all of this from this direction and not go through the passenger area. So I kind of like that. So if the train does want to go around, it can. If it wants to come through here, and then it can go that way or it can go that way. And this is also nice because trains heading this direction can now go that way if they want to. And if we can make more industry, or I'll probably do more, honestly, probably more fields right here, then that will be a really useful thing to allow trains to get through here. Alternative routes for trains. I like it. So, yeah, what do you say we maybe get the train going here, huh? I mean, I don't have a whole lot of money. It is growing now. I think I'm maybe exporting something. I've also thought about getting a second plane, possibly a third plane even, just to get more tourists in here. But until I get meat, like a reliable meat train, oh yeah, you guys are being dumb. How about that, huh? Yeah. All right, I'm clearly gonna have to do, jeez. how in the world? It's because these are both two-way. Yeah, and this one doesn't have a... All right, here. Go back. Turn around and go back the other way. This one doesn't have a waypoint designator, so I can't specifically tell it to... Oh, I see. You're exactly in the middle between these two things. I didn't designate a waypoint for this, so in other words, I didn't tell it to use this track only. So I needed to do that. I needed to tell it to use this so that it would go through here. So I need to, I suppose, have a waypoint placed. Well, I'll place one. I'll place them here. That way they have to hit these, right? And then the clothing train, just right here, your route now dictates that you hit that waypoint. And so hopefully now you will unload the Fedora stand cargo on this side where the other train will use the other side. All right, so while the trains are getting on that, I'm going to let these build with resources just because, you know, it's like 600,000 rubles worth of stuff here. So I'm going to let that go. But the trains are going to go ahead and build that for us. And then I can get, you know, the fuel supply hooked up. This has direct access to a lot of fuel. Maybe these tanks will be full by that time. That'll be nice. And then we can start doing similar things that we did up here as drop-off points for fuel. And then, you know, the tanks will just always have fuel in them. Then the distribution centers can bring it around to the different gas stations, and it'll all be fine. And then we'll do this for every major area. We'll hook it all up to the train network and stuff. So yeah, all these tanks are automatically filled by the oil, so we don't have to worry about, I don't think anyway, we have to worry about any supply issues with oil. I'm curious as to why this one is 815 though. Why are you 815? Are you pumped out? Goes to here, this is full. Well, it's 815 probably because it can't push any more oil that direction. Oh, you aren't hooked up to pumps. This isn't a tank to pump situation. This is a tank to tank situation, and it doesn't even look like it's connected. What? What did I do? If it was like this, how the world did you get oil? Maybe when I was playing around. Ooh, I mean, I think I rerouted some power. It's been a while. It's been a long time for me. I think. Yeah, it's been about 3 weeks for me. I think I maybe was playing around with pipes and I just didn't connect these two. But either way, I need a pump between these two anyway. So this pipe is actually useless, and which means this is no longer receiving oil. Okay, I found the loophole. It's okay. Let's patch it up. We need an underground pump station. We can go above. Yeah, we can go above here. We'll just go above ground to right here. And we just want to make sure that it can connect, like, let's say like this, there, and then like, oh, are we underground for this? Yeah, well, this has to be an underground pipe. So we'll go like that, and then drop it down. Yep. And then from there, we can connect it to, all right, pull this back. From there, we can connect it to here. Could have went there too. But whatever. Let's build that, get it done. Build this, get it done, and then watch as this tank fills up. There it goes. Whew! And now this one will fill up off of the back of the other one, which will then keep filling off the back of the other one, which will then keep filling up. You get it. All the way down until eventually the tank that's actually being drained is the very first tank in the system, which in this case there are 3 of them for each different section. So this one's the one that's actually getting drained, but then it gets replaced once all the other tanks ahead of it are full. It gets replaced by the pump network pushing oil back into it. So now this is mostly going to get drained, and then all the other tanks are full. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and accumulate more, and that's how that's designed. Okay, cool. Anyway, yeah, all this crops are looking good. So this area with the solar, let's get the stuff hooked up because I got a feeling we have a lot of things that maybe are not connected to power at the moment. No, you all have other sources, it seems. Oh, well, okay, never mind. It doesn't actually seem. There's actually a whole bunch of wires here that doesn't have any power. So let's figure out where we want to go with that. Going that way. all the way over here and connecting to this is all... I mean, it has to be connected to nuclear already because it's green. So what part of this is not... Like, why aren't you... Oh, okay, I see. So the medium... I got it. Okay, the medium voltage here, as well as here, these were all connected with the medium outs of the solar. So what I really need to do is I need to connect the high voltage on each side of these with each other, and then it'll provide power. So I'll need to have basically all of these wires canceled because they're not really doing anything. These used to be wires that were bringing power in, not out. Now this side, that has power because it's connected to nuclear on the other side of the water. So this actually works out, but this is not connected because this was all coming off of solar from this side. Now you come out and around and connect to other things, which is cool, except I can probably do this a little bit better, cleaner, by just having you connect direct on this side instead. So we'll do that instead. And then the big voltage from this side goes and connects to where? All the way. Oh boy. You know, part of me feels like I just demolish all of this. And then that's my way of coping with this. just tear it down, rebuild it, make it nicer. I mean, if I want to put fields in here, I kind of need a lot of this junk out of the way anyway, right? I got the money to do it. I'm gonna tear all of this down and redo it. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that right now. And I'll show you guys what I end up coming up with in this area in the next video. So I'll tear out most of this stuff down, and I'm gonna lay in probably 2 more big fields here, and then we'll have probably another 4 or 5 fields here. We'll have a couple of medium fields here, or at least 1 here. And then I don't know about using the gravel, so I probably won't. I think we'll do more agriculture all along this side instead of the livestock thing, and then we're gonna have the livestock stuff be way over here. But I'm gonna wait until I have chemical distribution and until I have fuel distribution before I look at livestock, because right now I can just auto buy livestock. It's expensive, but you can see it's okay. And actually, tourist money offsets a little bit too. We're making tourist money as well, so tourism pays pretty well. So yeah, chemicals are going here. How's my storage for chemicals? Okay, 29.66, 24, 05, that's empty. Okay, 05 as well here. How about this? So you are waiting for chemicals. Okay. And you're not even loaded with any. So I might have to do some tweaking to getting people over here. Oh, never mind. We have... Okay, people are actually coming to work right now. So they should start working. Oh, they're missing crops. Oh, why? Are you... Oh, no. Oh, wait a minute. Why? Why are you missing crops? Oh, no. Uh-huh. Yep. That'll do it. 4 of these, please. Add tasks. I would like you to unload crops from... Nope. Load, sorry. Load crops from here and distribute them to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sources. That is all an unload source for the crops. You can just go ahead and do that. That would be very much appreciated. And yeah, that's it. That's all you're gonna do. And I'm gonna just to be real easy, I'm gonna load you up with a little bit of fuel to start you off on your journey, and away you go. That's why. I got people. I got oil. I don't have the crops being delivered. I don't even have the wood being delivered either. Yeah, you. Yeah, you there. You're the ones that are dedicated to wood. But I don't know why you're dedicated to grain storage. All right, I'll fix the forklifts. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate you. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe if you haven't already. I really hope you guys are enjoying the series. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.